listen to this episode of the podcast.
Sally, Sally Slim,
Let me
give
begin.
me let me begin. We're back for another episode of All Fart No Poop, everyone.
That has to be the worst.
I was
yet.
trying to think of anything to
Well,
bring in this episode.
I could see you. I could
couldn't.
see you trying, mate. I could see you trying.
I couldn't do it. It wasn't there. How you doing, mate? How you doing?
Not bad, mate. I got a glass of Beppis.
Beppis?
Beppis Cola right here for me. So
Nice.
Sorry if I burp a lot, but look, sometimes you just crave that sweet Beppis Max, no sugar action.
So that will explain why shortly before pressing record on this episode, Stu let out one of, what can only be described as just world-endingly loud burps.
It was a big
me
one.
to my core.
It was a big one.
It
man.
really
was a big
did.
one.
It
how,
really hurt.
How you doing anyway, though? You all right?
I'm doing good, mate. Fresh and funky. I'm not drinking Beppis. I'm drinking water because healthy boy. And also,
Wow.
construction
do me
outside
rotten
of this
like that.
flat. What? Say that again.
You didn't have to do me rotten like that, mate.
Say that again.
You didn't have to do me rotten.
Say it to my face.
Yeah, I didn't mean it.
Okay, well, what under the bridge? I was going to say construction out, literally outside of this window behind me, is going pretty mad today. They're
I
building a
can't-
big. Yeah, well, you
I
said
can't
you
hear
can't
it.
hear
Yeah,
it.
I can't hear it, so I
just
don't-
yeah.
I don't
That's
think
just
it's
my my warning that if at any point in this episode you can hear drilling,
Yeah.
it's not me.
You've just
I'm
got
not drilling.
You've just got a pneumatic drill right next to the microphone.
I've got one
Promise,
right under the
it's not
table,
me.
just ready to whip out.
Wow.
Every 10
Ooh.
minutes, just a bit of a.
Wow, you didn't tell me I was
So-
getting one of those surprises on the
Yeah,
call
man.
today.
I kept it a secret until right now.
Wow, you never know who's
Never know.
watching on Google Hangouts, my guy.
You never know. You really do never know.
I had a weird day today because I went into central London for the first time in
Wow.
since
How was
since
that?
working from home. Wild. It's eerie. Central London's eerie, man.
Is it? At least it's. I assume that means it's empty.
Yeah, it's pretty empty.
Good,
I was expecting it
good.
to be busier than it was, to be honest, but it is pretty empty there. I think where I am in the bit further out of London, North London, it's like a bit more residential, or like I
bit
guess
chiller.
like where there's a bit more of communities that
There's, like,
actually live
families
down
and
here,
shit.
families. It seems like there's a lot of people like going on walks with their kids and stuff, and you get the impression that London's a bit lax on all of this stuff. But you go into Central, I don't know whether it's because like maybe there's less.
It's probably because no one really has a
people,
need
like,
to go
living
into
there, and it's
central.
more like areas of tourism and stuff. Like it
Yeah,
just
it's like
seems
shops
way
and
more.
shit which just aren't open.
Yeah, exactly. So it was weird. I mean, I only saw it from the luxury of an Uber, but I mean, it was crazy.
I was gonna say, how did you get there? And I like the sound of an
took
Uber, mate. That
as
sounds
many
pretty-
buses as I could, and
I actually took the central line and licked all of the poles.
wow, huge scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I took
Pretty
an Uber.
bold.
It was great, mate. It was a really, really
Sounds
lovely
pretty
time.
chill, mate. Sounds like a
great.
fun
It was
time
absolutely really
for
fun.
everyone involved.
But on said journey, I quickly realised we didn't have a topic for this week's podcast. Which
We didn't have a topic, so
Due to record
I've been tasked with coming up with the topic for this week, and I got a doozy, my friend.
I'm so excited.
Let me just tell you this much: I was scrolling through Google, Reddit, the classic,
as you do.
just a bunch of shit, just thinking, what can we talk about? We've had some heavy hitters these past few episodes.
Look, it's been a good. I think it's been a pretty good run of just wild,
Yeah.
crazy shit.
We've tackled some good shit, so I didn't want to let that down this week, and so I thought today we could cast our minds into the deep void that is unsolved mysteries.
Oh, are we gonna
know?
are we gonna get anywhere near to solving them, or are these like no one will
That-
ever solve them?
No, I mean they're pretty much all of them are basically like it hasn't been solved, and they don't really provide you with. I mean, if I did proper research, I feel like I could get some good cases going. But this is just an article that I found that I enjoy.
Yeah, this ain't that podcast.
This ain't that podcast, mate. We are not that podcast. Although I will say, I'm gonna add some unsolved mysteries music over these because they're just, some of them are storytelling 101.
I love that you felt the
basically.
need to explain that you were gonna do that and you didn't just do it.
Yeah,
like-
well, I'm just sort of cautious that when listeners have that mysterious music slapped upon them, they might,
what do you
they
think?
might be a bit like.
Do you think
what's
people would be
going
like,
on?
"Wow, where's this music coming from?"
Yeah, wow,
They'd
these
know
guys
very
clearly
obviously
didn't add
that
it
you
to it.
put mysterious music on.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, okay. I rescind that. Wait, is
rescind
rescind
it.
a word?
Yeah, God damn it, you'll rescind it.
Rescind it. Judge rescind it.
Rescind it. The more you say it, doesn't sound like a word. Rescind it.
It sounds like the New Zealand Prime Minister.
Isn't that Rashida
She
Jones's sister, Rescinda Jones?
Really?
No.
Oh, that was a joke.
Whoa. I mean, fuck me. You walked into
Yeah,
that
I knew
like it
that,
was
mate.
your home,
Knew
mate.
that.
Fucking hell.
Absolutely knew that. Absolutely knew that.
Yeah,
Right.
cracking stuff.
So let's just get into it.
Yeah, we're just
mate.
going to throw ourselves through it.
Let's go straight in.
I'm completely oblivious to all of this, so I'm just going to let you
Yeah.
guide it, and we'll just see where we go, my man.
I'm going to start by saying there's 6 on this article. We're not going to do all of them because I
Okay.
think if we went through all 6, it would be
Okay.
quite a while. But
Right.
I'm going to do a few.
Right.
I'm going to start off with what I think is the least crazy, and then there is one that legitimately booked me out.
Oh, really?
That I'm going to save. I'm going to save for last.
Okay.
So we're just going to go in.
All right.
Number 1 is this is pretty crazy stuff, Stuart. This is pretty crazy stuff.
So I'm all ears, mate. I'm all ears.
Yeah. So the title of this one is just a cell phone found in a cab contains a video of 4 unknown men being murdered in the middle of the ocean. Okay. Have I got your attention there, mate? I think I might.
A little bit. That's not how I expected my Tuesday evening to be going, but
No, well, it is. It is going, mate, my friend.
I mean, it is a mysterious evening after all.
It's pretty crazy. Let's deep dive, brother. In
on.
2014, a student got in a taxi cab in Fiji and found a cell phone someone else had left behind. Pretty normal, huh?
That is.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, not pretty crazy.
Yeah,
stuff
pretty uncrazy. Very much not crazy.
very the opposite. Okay, either wanting to locate the owner or hoping to find lewd photos. Open brackets, most likely a combination of both. Close brackets. The student decided to look at the contents of the phone. What he found was a 10-minute video of 4 men being murdered
He
while
watched all 10
clinging.
minutes.
What? Say that again.
He watched all 10 minutes.
Well, I don't know. He found a video that was 10 minutes long. I don't know if he actually watched it all, right? I'm
Wow,
not
he
fucking
really was
Sherlock
ready to
Holmes
go
here,
through
mate.
this phone.
Yeah, what he found was a 10-minute video of 4 men being murdered while clinging to wreckage in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by 4 ships. Okay.
Okay, what? How are they
So-
being murdered? Are you about to go through what was happening?
Yeah,
to them?
but I mean, from that point, if you found that shit, I mean, if I found that in a taxi, ain't no chance I'm returning that fucking phone.
What do you mean?
Imagine,
Were
as
you
in
just stealing it?
trying to hunt down who that phone belongs to. They've got a
Oh,
10-minute
no,
video
yeah,
of someone being murdered.
I'd walk up to the police station and say, look, this is your fucking problem.
I'll say,
now,
listen
guys."
up, Mr. Policeman. Please get this off my hands.
Although I imagine that, like, the fact that you found it, you're now just completely implicated in.
That's
in
true.
all of
Yeah,
that.
maybe
So,
the
like,
guilt is just crippling.
Well, yeah, but okay, go on then. So wait,
Right,
how are they being murdered?
So, over 40 rounds were fired into the victims, even as they raised their arms in surrender, while an unidentified voice kept yelling, "Shoot, shoot, shoot," in Mandarin over loudspeakers.
Well,
Okay.
Okay, right. So they had. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and of course, the student that found this video posted that shit right on YouTube.
Oh my god!
All right, the classic next step. Like, I mean,
Students, man.
just like, come on.
If they're not
and then-
learning, they're
not-
They're,
no.
they're uploaded. Am I right?
They're not learning. They are
Am I
uploading murder
right?
videos of
Yeah.
people dying.
Exactly. We do all the time.
Yeah. So next step of the stage. Next step of the story. In this article, it just says it gets weirder.
Does
right?
it? I mean,
To
up
this-
to now, it's like that's kind of like a weird thing, but it's not like it's
It's
not
a bit
weird.
weird.
It's like I assume that people get murdered a lot of the time, and
Yeah,
you
probably.
might come
and
across a
you know,
video of someone getting
there's
murdered.
probably videos of it. Yeah, I was going to say.
Exactly.
Right, so, to this day, no one has any idea who these people are. Authorities have ruled out the possibility of the video being a hoax, but no bodies have ever been found, and there's no official reports of an incident like this happening anywhere. They think the victims were pirates who tried to mess with the wrong fishing boats,
Yeah.
but that's only a guess. I mean, it's a fair guess. I mean, I guess
That's a
if you
completely
saw
fair guess. Like, so
4 people being murdered on a ship, and they're probably pirates. It's probably something to do with pirates, all right? We've all seen Captain Phillips, is what I'm getting at.
of course, yeah.
Our sweet brother Barkad, amazing.
What a G.
great guy.
The realest G in the house, mate.
The murderers haven't been identified either, because Oh, because it's not like they turned the cameras on themselves and posed for selfies. Oh, wait! That's exactly what they did for several minutes.
Wait.
Because if you watch the video that the man uploaded, halfway through, the camera turns and you get a couple of minutes of seeing exactly who these people are.
Okay, so
Right.
so you can see them and they haven't.
So you
been able
can
to
see
find-
them, and they still haven't found out who these people are. The only major clues in the video are a banner with "Safety is number one" written in Mandarin.
So they've got a good sense
So
of humour.
they're having a good old time. They love a bit of irony here, along with a registration number on the hull of a ship passing in the background. Okay,
Right.
So that ship was eventually identified as a Taiwanese tuna vessel called Chun I 217.
Right.
The owner of this boat was tracked down, but had little information to offer since he owns over a dozen fishing vessels and claims it's super hard to keep track of who lends them out to who. All right, pretty fair. This guy's he get a lot of people using his boats.
Yeah.
He doesn't know everyone he's using.
Of
right?
course.
Meanwhile, Fijian authorities have pretty much taken a not a problem attitude since they had no reports of any missing mariners and believe that the murders didn't occur on their turf. So basically,
Right.
no one has any idea who these people were, even though you can see their face, even though you can see the shipping vessel in the background that would probably lead them to something. No one gives a shit either. Everyone's just like, cool,
Yeah.
these people just got murdered, and that's it.
I
That's
mean-
the first mystery.
I mean, look, Nick, it's interesting. I don't know if mysterious is the word I'd use for that story.
I think it's just unsolved,
it's
isn't
just an unsolved murder, which I can only imagine there are many of in the world, right?
it? Well, that is what we're tackling today,
must
Stu.
be-
unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, but it's not a That's not a
Yeah,
mystery.
I will say that one is I started with that one first because that's the least, that's the least spooky of them all.
I should bloody hope it gets mysterious.
If that was it, and I was just like, see you boys, and just leave.
Yeah, that was it. They couldn't find it.
up.
It's like, and also on that one, it's like, yeah, of course, like they're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, if that was a film, about halfway through, I'd be going, of course they're
Cool.
not finding this guy. And if
Yeah.
they did find it, I'd be saying, who wrote this? It's contrived as shit.
100%.
So on the scale of
Yeah, what would you rate
Well,
that?
look, on a scale of unsolvedness, it's certainly a 10.
It's just a straight up 10.
But my friend, on the scale of mysteriousness, look, I don't even think it's 4. I think maybe a 4 out of 10. Look, mate, I really can't
guy.
express my disappointment anymore.
Do you know what? I'll give you that. It there's a couple of weird parts to it, but nothing overall that impressive, right?
Yeah, okay, well, come on, let me see. What else you got?
Well, let's step it up a bit, shall we?
Yeah, please, let's. My brother,
This
let's.
is in fact, I'm not gonna. No, I will. I'll read out the name of the name of this mystery.
It's got a title. Cool.
Well, all of them have titles.
Oh, yeah,
They're-
okay.
They're not official titles given by this article, right?
Right.
So the next one is a boy vanishes after his parents crash a truck. Right.
You could a bit of work on a title, but
Bit of work on a title doesn't quite grip.
it's not going to get the general audiences, I don't think.
But
But,
it ain't gonna pull in the masses, is all I'm gonna say. But it pulled me in.
well, I do hope it pulls me in.
Yeah. Let's deep dive, shall we?
Let's do
On
it.
June 25th, 1986, a truck was seen speeding at over 75 miles an hour down Spain's Somosierra mountain pass, which isn't recommended when you're transporting over 5,000 gallons of sulfuric acid,
Why
which
would
is
you
what was
do
in the
that?
truck.
What a reckless move.
Why would you do that? Sure enough, the truck wound up crashing and overturning, spilling acid everywhere.
Oh my God.
Right? Pretty shit situation, I think we can all agree.
No, I can't imagine it's fun for anyone near that.
Definitely not. After the mess was cleaned up, the two deceased occupants of the truck were identified as driver Andres Martinez and his wife Carmen Gomez. Okay?
Right.
The authorities then had to share the tragic news with Andres' parents, who then asked if their grandson was okay.
Right.
Bit strange for for the authorities because they thought, what grandson? It turns out the couple had a 10-year-old son, Juan Pedro Martinez Gomez, who was seen having breakfast with them that very morning. That at least explained the children's clothes, toys, and cassette tapes that the authorities had found in the truck.
Right.
But there was a bigger problem. There was no child found.
And no.
Okay. We know what you're thinking. Since there were 5,000 gallons of sulfuric acid involved, maybe the poor kid got dissolved into nothingness.
Right.
Okay. And that's what investigators initially thought. But after consulting experts, they determined that that scenario was impossible. At the very least, some bones would have been left behind because you can't, you wouldn't be able to dissolve an entire body.
Yeah. How
right?
mysterious.
So what happened to Juan Pedro? Also, what would compel his father to drive down a steep mountain pass at 75 miles an hour? All right. Have I got your attention, Stuart?
Wait, is that the end?
No, we going in.
Okay.
We going in.
Look,
right?
immediately I'd say, right, well, maybe something went wrong and he couldn't stop the thing and it was going downhill and he was like, oh shit, maybe he's got the clothes and the kid's not there because the kid wasn't on it.
Yeah.
Or potentially he killed the kid somewhere else. Maybe the kid's with the wife and the wife not saying something. All sorts of possibilities.
Pretty crazy stuff. All right. Well, let's dive a little deeper, my friend.
Please.
You see, 1 year after the accident, a package of heroin was discovered inside a hidden compartment in the truck, leading to speculation that Juan Pedro, the grandson, who was never found, was kidnapped in order to force his father to participate in drug smuggling. Right? The truck's tachometer showed that it had come to a stop a total of 12 times while driving up the mountain, each time for no more than 30 seconds.
Maybe stopping for a signal or stopping for a
So
call.
maybe stopping for, who knows. Was Juan Pedro's father chasing the abductors, though? Was he desperately looking for his kid? Was he delivering heroin to mountain-dwelling junkies? Nobody knows.
Right. Okay.
To further complicate matters, eyewitnesses claimed on record that they saw a white van driving behind the truck before the accident. Right. And after the crash, a, quote, Nordic-looking couple supposedly came out of the van, approached the truck, and were seen carrying a bundle when they returned to their vehicle. Was Juan Pedro that bundle?
Maybe. Or was it heroin?
Or was it heroin? If the couple was involved in drug smuggling, why would they grab the boy after the crash? And if they weren't drug traffickers, what would their motive be for taking him? And if Juan Pedro was in the truck when it crashed, could he even survive that to begin with? He would be in his 40s now if he's still out there. He's not talking, obviously. No one knows what's happened. He's probably dead. He's whatever. But there's a possibility. There's a few conspiracies floating around that he is still alive.
Is one of them going to be like, he's Donald Trump?
He's Donald Trump. Yeah, he's actually John Titor. And he travelled back. Yeah. We're linking all the episodes.
We're linking the episodes, man. That's a little nugget for anyone that's listened to the previous ones. You know?
100%. But mate, that's that story. That it ends there. There's no more. No one has any more evidence on it.
Okay, so that is. I'll grant it to you. That is more mysterious than the first one.
Weird, right?
But again, it sounds right. So from that very limited and brief explanation. Not to your detriment, my guy. You're reading an article.
Yeah. No, I am.
I would
am
assume
doing
that kid couldn't have been in the van anyway, because, as you said, how would he survive the crash?
Well, but that's the thing. Like, but then
how would he survive a crash with sulfuric acid?
But then the mystery still goes further because let's say he wasn't in the crash. It wasn't whatever. Where is he?
Well, yeah, exactly, but it's a different thing. It's like
a different thing.
So
that's why I like that mystery.
Yeah,
that's why I like that because there's whatever route out of it.
Certainly is mysterious.
What is it? And also, it could just be that these witnesses didn't see anything and people didn't see them having breakfast the morning with a kid. But then why would there be loads of kid shit in that truck?
Well, that is also. But then also, it's like, why would if that couple took that kid, why would they leave clothes?
Yeah.
Why would you take his clothes off? Why would you just take the kid? What clothes were left is a question, really, on my list.
Well, I think, and it doesn't explain it, but I assume that they meant that there was just clothes, unworn clothes.
Right, okay.
In the truck. Because it said there was toys, and you wouldn't just have loads of fucking toys and if you were just going in a car. I think what they were saying is that they found children's clothes, toys and whatever. So it's almost as if they were transporting him or something.
I suppose also maybe the reason there are toys and clothes there is because maybe if he got the kid back, is the idea that he got the kid back from these drug smugglers or whatever after having hostage, and then was going back, and that's when he crashed, and that's when the couple took the kid.
Maybe,
is that
yeah.
the idea?
But then,
Is that am I?
but then they were saying, yeah, I think. But then they were also saying that why would the couple want to take like a dead kid? Because they had a crash with fucking 5,000.
Either way, if the kid was on it and was taken, the kid ain't dead.
Yeah.
Which is why would... Well, I don't know the extent of the crash, to be honest.
Well, there's another question that I couldn't find in this. I did a little bit of research on each of these cases just to see some little filling in some context, and I couldn't find anything about this. I want to know what's the context behind them driving 5,000 gallons of sulfuric acid? Because I assume it's like a work thing, right?
Yeah, I guess it is. Like, but
then
it has to go... If it has to get somewhere, and someone has to drive it somewhere, right?
And that makes it even weirder that there was a bunch of kids shit in a truck. Because, why would?
Yeah.
But that's why it's like, why would you, in any scenario, why would you bring your kid along?
Well, absolutely, mate.
In that, so
let me tell you,
that,
Nick, I don't think this is a particularly normal scenario.
No, it's not. It's very much unsolved.
But you know what is solved?
Oh yeah, go on.
Breakfast is solved. So it's time for...
It is.
What did you have for breakfast?
What did you have for breakfast? I know what I had. So, I guess there's only one question to ask, Stu, and that's, what did you have for breakfast?
I had a crumpet with some butter on it.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you?
I had a slice of lemon drizzle cake.
For breakfast?
Yeah, man.
Mysterious, man. And my brother, I do declare that was what we had for breakfast. Pretty
very, very interesting stuff.
Oh, mate, very telling, very interesting. You could spend hours mining that for information, but unfortunately, I do believe we have to move on, Nick.
But we do have to move on.
Yeah, before that short intermission, that short segment, you were going through some unsolved mysteries.
I was,
which you had found on the internet.
On the interweb.
Absolutely crazy. We'd had two.
Wild stuff.
I don't know why I'm retelling this as if anyone listening
It happened
can't remember.
Literally 5 minutes ago.
Happened
So
under that. But look, we've had two already. And they've got progressively more mysterious. I'll give you that one. But I'm not quite sure I've been blown away yet. Have you got any more?
Well, my friend, I'm going to drop one final mystery for you today.
Of God.
Yeah. And I've saved the best till last. And let's just say there's a bit of evidence that we're going to be able to experience here together.
What does that even... Okay. I can't even
You'll find out.
work out what you'll possibly mean by that.
You'll find out.
You'll be like, check in your wardrobe, Stu. And the
mystery
body
is
falls
the
out. I'm like,
man
hey, what have
is
you done?
fallen
You've
from
implicated
behind.
me. You've implicated me.
Yeah,
go on then. Let's go. I'm excited now.
I'm getting you into the deep crevice of this intense unsolved mystery.
Mate, let me tell you, if this podcast was a film, it'd be bloody...
It would be
bloody shot on wide lenses with a very dark green blue Fincher-esque colour palette, my friend. Because this is a thriller.
Would.
Like
it would have low drone audio in the background for its soundtrack.
It would be a deeply, deeply atmospheric watch.
There would be violin plucking and so this one's called A Man Disappears One Night and Leaves the Creepiest Voicemail Imaginable before being found dead.
Again, long title. I am ready for it though.
You're ready for it? Okay, let's deep dive, shall we?
Yeah.
One September evening in 2015, 32-year-old Minnesotan Henry McCabe went out to a nightclub with two friends, but never returned home. One of the friends, William Kennedy, claimed that he dropped McCabe off at a gas station shortly after 2 a.m. And then this article very cheekily says, open brackets, Don't act like you've never experienced 2 a.m. convenience store burrito cravings. Close brackets.
I love the cheekiness that's
I feel there's a bit of personality
these
here, you
very
know.
serious and people died in these stories.
We're talking about deaths, and there's a lot of personality here. So
Absolutely.
So, yeah, one of his friends, William Kennedy, said that it dropped him off at a gas station, but he has no idea what happened to him after that.
Okay.
Nearly 2 months later, McCabe's body was found in a lake 6 miles away from that gas station.
Whoa.
That's a bit of a stretch away from something.
Fair distance, yeah, it's a fair distance.
There were no notable There were no noticeable signs of foul play. According to McCabe's friends, he had gotten quite wasted that night, so this was merely another tragic case of a drunk man stumbling into the water.
Absolutely, you could walk 6 miles.
You could walk 6 miles. That explanation might be easier to believe if McCabe hadn't used his cell phone to leave the most terrifying voicemail ever.
Oh, God.
All right?
Oh, fuck.
Do you want to
me.
know something, Stu?
Yeah.
We're going to listen to that voicemail right now.
Oh, my God.
And it's fucking weird.
Is this the one you said that there was one that booked you out?
It's
Is this
weird. This booked me out just because you're gonna hear it. What the actual fuck? Okay.
How are we going to play it to our listeners?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it for here because it's.
Okay.
I do have to add. Basically, the police, whatever trial, court, whatever. They haven't ever released the full recording.
Oh my
because
God.
it's not in public domain. But they have released snippets of it, and the only way you can hear it online, I've looked everywhere, is through like a news broadcast of it, where on ABC News in America, where they basically showed a few snippets. So
And this
it's
is
a bit.
This is legit.
This is legit. I'm not
Wow.
joking. This is like.
Wow.
This is like the police from the local like police force. That
Right.
it's completely legit. This isn't bullshit.
Okay, Nick, let's have it.
So
Do your best.
before I play it, I'm just going to read this little paragraph just to preface what we're about to hear. Right. So McCabe's wife was in California that night, and at 2:20 a.m. she received a call from him in which she could hear screaming and saying that he'd been shot. All right.
So
And when-
that's after he was dropped off.
Yeah, so this is at some point early in the morning, right?
Yeah.
When she tried to phone McCabe's brother, the brother's voicemail recorded the last 2 minutes of the call, okay? Which
Wait.
contain...
Wait,
Yeah,
so
go on.
So the guy called his girlfriend,
Yeah,
which is an actual call that went through, screaming, and then the
Yeah.
girlfriend called the guy's
brother. yeah.
And
And
so-
actually, yeah, this is what I don't get. It just says then the brother's voicemail recorded the last 2 minutes of the call, but unless that call was going... can you do that? Go through to another call and...
Maybe, yeah. So okay. So what it sounds like happened is that she immediately called the brother because she was
Yeah.
whacked out by the call, and the brother went to voicemail, and so it accidentally, for some reason, recorded the end of the call. So what we're hearing isn't
Yeah.
a voicemail; it's the actual call that
Yeah.
that the girlfriend got, but it happened to have been recorded on the
I
voicemail.
think that's what they're saying.
Right.
Yeah, it's a really short snippet, by the way, but it does give you a hint of like what the actual fuck is this.
Okay, so this is what the girlfriend was hearing.
This is what this is the recorded the voicemail message of what the girlfriend was hearing, and also it's like interspersed with a bit of news reporting. So
Yeah, okay.
I'll just play it until it just gets to a normal news broadcast.
Okay, let's have it.
It's a voicemail unlike anything you've ever heard before. There are 2 minutes worth of noises, bizarre ones. But very little actual talking. Authorities confirmed the disturbing middle-of-the-night call came from Henry McCabe's cell phone. It was Labor Day, September 7th at 2:28.
Did you get that?
I did.
I'm gonna play it again. All right, just listen
Yeah.
to the weirdness of some of the noises in that. You can't. It's pretty much you can't understand it because there's no
Yeah.
like voices or anything. But
Okay.
It's a voicemail unlike anything you've ever heard before. There are 2 minutes worth of noises, bizarre ones. but very little actual talking.
Oh, that
What the actual fuck is that?
is fucking.
That's
that
weird.
is fucking weird.
So apparently the rest of it is basically just shit like that. There's loads of noises that sound like growling. There's high-pitched moans of apparently what they think is just high-pitched screams of pain.
Oh my God.
But like, what the I cannot like even comprehend like a feasible thing in
so-
that. I
so
can't be
what-
like that sounds like this.
Yeah, no. So yeah, it's obviously a lot of weird fucking noises. Right.
Yeah.
So, but he's also very drunk.
So that's the thing. Yeah, he was really drunk that night.
Yeah. But I mean, he also died.
But that's what I mean. He ended up dead. So it's like
he ended up dead, which makes this whole thing stranger.
yeah. But if he didn't end up dead, I feel like you just say, well, this is a guy fucking having
Yeah, it'd be much easier to be like, look, he's just making weird noises. But the
Yeah,
fact
but
he's
what would-
dead definitely
yeah.
adds an element of something weird is going on here.
Yeah. So yeah, the noises are followed by sudden silence, and then apparently the call concludes with a male voice saying, "Stop it." All right? That's what the police say. That's
Okay.
that's what's on record.
Right.
Someone saying, "Stop it." Then the article just says, "What in the actual fuck happened to this guy?"
So
Okay.
stop it. And does it say whether that was like confirmed that was the voice of the guy, or was it?
No, they just said a male voice saying "stop it," but it's right after all of that weird shit.
Right, he got murdered.
So
Obviously, well, I mean,
suspicion. Yeah, let's
That's
dig
hardly
a
an
little,
out of the box thought.
let's dig a little deeper, boy.
Oh,
Suspicion
fuck.
fell upon William Kennedy's story, which is the friend, all right?
Right.
Because the gas station surveillance cameras didn't show him dropping off McCabe like he said.
Okay, so it was him.
Not only that, but Kennedy also had McCabe's keys on him, even though McCabe would have needed them to enter his house. So why would he have dropped him off and
without his keys,
had his
yeah.
keys? Yeah. McCabe's wallet also happened to be in the possession of his other friend, who claimed he took it from McCabe at the nightclub to prevent him from buying any more drinks. That's a, pretty
okay,
reasonable.
That's fair. That's fair.
Did McCabe's friends murder him because they envied his wallet and keys?
I don't
Probably
think so,
not.
Sassy article.
Since cops soon found footage of Kennedy dropping McCabe off at a different gas station.
Oh, okay.
He
Oh,
simply got the wrong name.
Right. Okay.
So a little bit of a red herring there from this
Oh
fucking
yeah, you
article,
really had me
little-
going, and then it's like,
little
okay, right.
jerks.
So he did. Okay, right.
Even if you suspect some sort of robbery murder plot here, how would you account for the weird voicemail?
Well,
Did the perpetrators did the perpetrators morph into werewolves before they were murdered? Before they murdered McCabe, sorry. And even though McCabe was heard saying he'd been shot, so this is the weird thing.
Yeah.
There were no gunshot wounds or any injuries on his body.
Right.
That's
So-
where it ends. That's where nobody knows what happened.
All right. So. This is certainly the most mysterious and strange of the lot, my guy.
Definitely an odd one.
But this guy, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of things that could happen to this guy.
Yeah.
That because we're hearing them in snippets over the phone are going to immediately make us be like, what's that going to be? But it could probably, I mean, it's almost definitely, and well, it does have that something was obviously happening to make those noises, and that was
Yeah.
probably something normal. He probably didn't get shot then. If he didn't have any,
Probably not. No,
if he didn't
but then,
have any bullet wounds, he didn't get
But,
shot.
yeah.
And so the answer there is he probably thought he was
but
getting
then
shot.
why did? That's what I mean. What was happening there?
Something was obviously happening, and he's very drunk, and he thought he got shot. Maybe he got hit by something.
I
There you
think
go.
he was having like a psychosis, and he thought he was being shot, and he was like, because
Yeah.
the one thing is, yes, obviously we've only got those snippets
Yeah.
that you can listen to, and it sounds fucking weird from the snippets,
Yeah.
but the like it is the rest of it apparently from obviously we have to just sort of trust everyone who's listened to it's
Yeah.
sort of verdict on it, but it is like police forces, like
Yeah,
courts,
no,
like
yeah.
they're pretty legitimate sources.
And they don't-
all
and
say
they-
it's weird as fuck.
And they don't think there's any evidence on the body of like murder.
There's no. Well, that's
It's
the
just
thing.
the body.
There's no obvious. I think it just looks like he drowned. Which, to be fair, he probably did just drown. But
Yeah.
But it just doesn't.
But
The
what
main
now-
thing is it just
yeah.
doesn't explain any of that
No,
voicemail.
that's so. I mean, it's incredibly strange. Well,
It's
probably
also-
though.
yeah.
He's probably, like you said. I reckon he just was tripping out or
just
something.
fucked off his head.
Like he's like
it's
the
gotta
fact
be
that it happened during a night out. He was probably mashed out his nut, mate.
Yeah,
I bet.
probably.
Well, would you make a call like that if you were sober?
You truly wouldn't. I definitely would not do that.
So whilst it's incredibly mysterious and is certainly unsolved, so it does meet both criteria.
It does meet both criteria.
When you think about it, it's like, well, what? Well, it's not like he got attacked by a monster because they don't exist.
I mean, it's one of those things where the imagination's more interesting than the truth.
Imagine getting that fucking call. And then seeing your boyfriend for, what is it, 6 weeks, you say, or something?
I'd absolutely
and then him come up
shit
dead.
myself.
I'd never go out the house
I'd
ever again.
never leave the house. I would be living in a house filled with my own shit because I would shit. I regularly shit myself.
How do you move on from
I don't think... exactly, like you.
Genuinely, that woman must have the most trauma anyone's ever had.
I mean, I sure hope she had counselling after that because that is an actual horror film.
I mean, that is weird. It's like, so a bit of it sounded a bit like a chainsaw or something.
Yeah, and it was like bubbling. It was like it sounded like growling. It was like, I mean, unless he, I did read, because basically this is actually a really popular unsolved mystery.
Right.
No one can solve it, but people fucking love it.
Yeah.
And a couple people thought maybe he was interacting with like a wild animal, like a bear or something.
Well, I wouldn't say that's out of the question at all.
I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure you'd hear a pretty, like, I feel like a bear's or like an animal is pretty distinct. It doesn't sound like an animal. It just sounds like weird shit.
With things like this, it's like, it doesn't sound like this. It sounds like this. It's coming through a fucking phone call.
True.
Clearly,
all
some
shit sounds weird all the
fucking
time through a phone.
Signal. Yeah, exactly. There's so many things that I could do right now and not show you what I was doing, and put it through a phone and be like, "What am I doing, Nick?" And you'd probably
and I'd
get
be
it
like,
wrong a lot
swimming,
of the time.
lane swimming, and you'd be like, "No, I'm in my house."
Exactly. But so stuff like that is always like, well, just because it sounds like something doesn't mean it's not that. Like, it's not proof that there isn't a bear there because you can't hear a bear. You probably are hearing a bear. It's just weird.
Exactly. I mean, there's probably a very rational explanation to it, but until we find it, it's spooky as fuck, mate.
It is definitely spooky, and
it's a spooky boy.
A little bit of the old heebie-jeebie shivers when you hear that audio.
And do you know what else gives me a bit of the heebie-jeebie shivers?
I don't know, Nick. What else?
Breaking news.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news.
Michael Bay has today announced that he will be tastefully portraying the attack of Pearl Harbor as he brings it to the big screen. Talking about the project, a spokesman for Bay said that, quote, he is thrilled to be making this, a film with so much integrity and respect towards the victims and survivors. He really is the only man for the job. No one else. Also, explosions, close quote.
This week, Oprah Winfrey has unveiled her latest TV endeavour. Just sitting on the floor, crying a bit, and then falling asleep. It has quickly risen the ranks to the top IMDb's top shows of all time list, with an average episode rating of 9.9, based on 700,000 ratings, the most for any TV show on IMDb.
In other news, scooters are not cool modes of transport. I don't care what you say, Kevin, you look like a knob. Please stop. Literally, do anything else.
Scientists have now been able to confirm that it was in fact renowned character actor James Cromwell who originally started that thing where you exhale lightly out of your nose instead of actually laughing because you feel bad about not finding your friend's jokes that funny. In a statement, Cromwell has said, I guess it was me. After all those years, I just thought it was one of those things that everyone did. Did I get something? A medal?
People all around the world were today outraged to find out that global superstar Chris Martin has actually been Yoko Ono this whole time. We're not sure how this happened, considering the age difference between the two, and also the fact that one is male and one is female, and also the fact that one has the voice of an angel, and the other a wailing, end of its life, crying cat with a fist right up its arse. Our thoughts are with Chris's family today.
This just in a shocking revelation, the Actors Guild of America has this week confirmed that Haley Joel Osment was in fact 54 years old during the filming of The Sixth Sense. Not the previously believed 11 years old. His family has released a statement this morning saying, "We guess the jig is up, huh?" That's right, 54. It was just good makeup, and some strategically placed lighting around the set. Even Bruce was in on it. More from this story as it develops. And that's breaking news.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news.
Wow, that was some
Those were
incredible breaking news.
horrible stuff happening in the world at the moment.
Really crazy, and again, factually accurate.
Yeah, some of it borderline too accurate.
Just too, almost too accurate.
Almost.
Stuart, and the All Fart No Poop listeners, if you
Of
will.
course, yeah.
I'd like you to now cast your mind back a few episodes.
Well, okay. I think I can do that.
Yeah, I hope you can.
Imagine if nope, I can't do that.
Because you are a healthy young man, but also because a few episodes ago we were talking about favorite comic book movies, superhero movies, sorry.
Okay.
And our least favorite superhero movies. And
Yeah, we were.
yeah, and
You had an outrageous take.
yeah, I'm not really sure how to say this. It's been weighing on my conscience since, but
Okay.
but basically
It's all right. It's a safe space, mate.
I said that Iron Man was one of my least favorite superhero films.
You did. You said it was in the top 5 worst superhero films
I said it
of
was
all
in the
time,
top.
Nick.
I don't need to hear it again. It
Yeah.
really hurts.
No, you
to
said
hear
it. You said it.
And I would just like to go on record right now, after having watched Iron Man again a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
I would like to say that I take back my previous statement.
Music to my ears, mate.
It's not one of the worst superhero films by a long
To
stretch.
no one's surprise, Nick
It's
Wilson
a good
has,
film.
has worked it out.
I'd like to apologise to anyone upset.
Yeah. And rightly so, Nick. You should really...
Yeah, of which there's
Extended
probably
arm.
quite a few because it's an upsetting statement to make. You know,
people
no one
were
wants to
shocked.
hear that Iron Man, directed by Jon Favreau, is a bad film. No one wants to hear it.
No one needs to hear that.
But I said it, and for that I'm sorry.
You did say it.
I would just like to have that on record now as saying I like Iron Man.
Well, look, Nick, if we can't own up to our past mistakes, what is there? Really? What is there, Nick?
Not a lot.
Not a lot at all.
Not a lot.
Not a lot at all. So you know what? I actually think that took a lot of bravery to do that, to come on here.
Thank you, man.
and
It did. I
explain
mean,
that.
yeah, I've been waking up in cold sweats at night.
That's mysterious.
I've been sitting looking outside of my Manhattan apartment drinking whiskey as the red light from across the road casts a shadow onto
It'll
my
do
face.
that to you. It'll do
It
that to
will
you, mate.
do that to you. So guys, I really would not recommend disliking Iron Man only to
wouldn't
then find
recommend
out that you do like it.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine the hell you've been going through for
It's
the past
hell.
2 weeks. Mate.
It's really
difficult
Oh, I
stuff.
told myself I wouldn't cry.
They haven't been letting me go outside because of it, and the whole world's gone to lockdown because they found out.
They found out and they said that
didn't
it's
like
this
Iron Man.
coronavirus thing. Yeah, pretty serious stuff there. But
Amazing,
now
mate.
that that's off my chest,
A weight
there's
lifted, I
something-
imagine.
there's something a massive weight lifted.
No doubt.
But
No
you
doubt.
know, with one weight lifted, another weight must
Must what drop?
be bestowed upon us in the form of
That's not a nice way of talking about anyone.
yeah, and another. I meant more the emotional weight of having to
Okay.
deal with what we're probably going to hear
Okay,
in our
good
next
explanation.
segment, because it's time for celebrity calling.
It's time for the celebrity calling. Celebrity calling.
That's right. It's time for this week's edition of Celebrity Call-In, where if you are new to the show or need it explaining, fuck knows, every week we have a new celebrity calling into the show that one of us has found. The other one of us doesn't know who that celebrity is until
No
the
idea.
call.
No.
So last week we had. I'm still not sure how we continue to get such highbrow guests.
Really
on the show.
high, yeah, very A-list.
Exactly. But if
celebrities.
you cast your mind back, Nick managed to bring in Michael Caine last week.
I did. I did.
In a shocking and frankly upsetting.
It was very upsetting for us all to hear.
No one has to hear anyone going through that, let alone Michael Caine.
No.
So that was last week's, but this week, the honor has fallen upon myself.
Yeah, Stuart
with this
Wilson is
week's
going to be inviting his celebrity guest onto the show to talk about whatever
Yeah.
it is that they need to get off their chest, or whatever it is they want to talk about with us,
Absolutely.
because we are the right people to talk to.
Yeah,
about
we're the
things.
only people you should talk to about anything.
The only people you should ever talk to,
Yeah,
ever.
I've got it written on. I've got a certificate of that written on my wall.
Tattooed on my
Tattooed on. Yeah,
left.
tattooed on. Yeah, exactly. So Nick, look, I think we've got this week's celebrity on the line. Do you
Great.
want to go ahead and? I mean, should we get him on?
I think we should. I think we shouldn't, wait around any longer. Let's just, introduce yourself, please, anonymous celebrity.
Hello.
Is this Bob Iger again?
You must have me confused with somebody else. Hi, Nick and Stu.
Hello, mate.
It's everyone's favorite actor, Christopher Walken.
I thought it was. I thought for a moment, is it
Yeah.
Christopher Walken? But now I am aware that it is.
I assure you it is. None other than Christopher Walken.
Okay, Christopher Walken. Well, firstly, thanks for calling in our silly little.
No problem, Nick. No, it's all
Really
right.
kind of you, mate. I mean, let's just get into it. What's
Okay.
bothering you?
Well, now listen. This is going to be really hard for me to get off my chest.
Okay,
But I
well,
think- Look, if I'm honest, if I could just talk man to man for a second,
it's a safe space. You can definitely do so.
I'll go through hell, Nick.
Okay. Well, by the
Go
sounds
through
of your
goddamn
heavy
hell.
breathing does sound like you're going through something. So, yeah. What's wrong?
I gotta be honest, Nick. I don't even know where to start with this one.
Okay.
just
Well,
go-
try and start somewhere, mate.
I'll just go from the top. So,
Okay, mate.
allow me to paint the scene for you, Mr.
Okay.
Wilson, Nick and Stu.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a couple of weeks ago now.
Okay.
Months, sorry. My mind,
Oh.
my mind's completely scrambled. A couple of months ago, I sat in my residence. It was a holiday residence. It was a nice log cabin. That's the word.
Oh. Okay. Nice.
Lovely.
I like the sound of that. Yeah. That sounds really nice, Christopher Walken.
It was just me. Sat one evening. I had a nice glass of whiskey. Sat down, as you do on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
What do
A
you
lot
do?
of us do.
You watch a movie.
You
You put a movie on.
you do. Yeah. Whack a movie. What movie did you put on?
Well, Nick, I'd seen this one before, but I wanted to go for something a little bit lighthearted, but a classic nonetheless. And I put on You've Got Mail.
Great film. Actually, funny that you'd mention that because I watched it just a few days ago. A really good film.
That's very strange, Nick.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, Meg Ryan at her best.
Anyway, I was about half an hour into You've Got Mail. Great movie.
Good movie, yeah.
Wish I was in it. I got half an hour in, and I felt... Well, Nick, I got to be honest here for a second. Is it okay if I... How explicit can I get on this show?
Oh, my friend, you can go wild, mate.
I shit my guts out like
Oh,
it was a
my-
fucking inferno, Nick.
Christopher Walken. I was not. I just have to. I was not ready for that.
I wasn't ready either, Nick. And let me tell you, I was on look, we just had that whole log cabin renovated.
Oh,
had it renovated recently, and I sat down to watch You've Got Mail. I don't know what it was, one too many whiskeys. Maybe I'd had, I don't know, something bad for dinner. I hadn't really eaten that much that day. I didn't have lunch. I skipped lunch. I didn't have breakfast. I skipped breakfast, so I had a bigger dinner. Maybe that's what did it. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so you're telling me...
I shit myself during You've Got Mail.
Yeah, but not only did you shit yourself during classic Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan rom-com You've Got Mail,
Yeah.
you also did it to such a degree that the renovations you'd had done on your log cabin were destroyed.
Nick, if you had seen that log cabin the day after this, it's a goddamn crime scene.
Oh.
But Nick,
Oh,
this isn't
yeah.
my problem.
Oh, so this isn't even a problem.
No, Nick, I've shit myself before. Let me assure you.
So
Never.
okay.
I mean, frankly, never to this extent.
I was gonna say it sounds like a pretty devastating
No, this was a
shitting.
big blow, if you pardon the pun. But the problem is, ever since I shit myself in my log cabin whilst I was watching You've Got Mail, I can't look or even talk to Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay. Because you're friends with Tom Hanks.
We have been, frankly, amazing friends ever since we starred together in the film Catch Me If You Can. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Do you know what? I forgot that you were both in that film.
We
Yeah.
were both in the movie, and we grew quite a big friendship whilst we worked on that film. Don't ask me about Leo, though. But me and Tom, we were inseparable.
Okay, so you're telling me now
Ever since the movie, we've been friends, and now I had this happen to me. I shit myself so violently while I'm watching one of his classic films. I can't even look him in the eye. What do I do?
Right, okay. Firstly, Mr. Walken, I think we can all agree that this is an extremely relatable problem here.
Well, listen. If you haven't shit yourself, to You've Got Mail in a log cabin, well, frankly, Nick Wilson, who do you think you are?
I'll tell you who. I'm definitely not Christopher Walken, because
No,
sounds
I
like an
don't even know if I
explicitly. So it must be tough. I appreciate that you can no longer look your close good friend in the eye because you've shat out your innards while watching one of his famous films. But
Sure
I'm
have.
just trying to what's is there something you think you'll be able to get over? Like, it sounds like a devastating event, but it sounds like something that might pass in memory.
I thought so. I thought as much. In fact, even to try it out, just last night, I put on another movie.
Okay.
I put on Forrest Gump.
Oh, another Tom Hanks movie.
Yep.
Probably would have said against.
Well, see,
okay,
my thinking here, Nick, was to see whether I'm over it. I'd have to watch a movie.
Watch
with
another Tom
and
Hanks.
see-
Yeah. Okay. I do see your logic here. But
And, I
does it
couldn't even
end?
I couldn't even get through. I couldn't even get through the first half hour, mate. It
Oh
was
God.
horrible.
Oh, Christopher Walken. So, did you even get to the montage
horrible.
of? Did you even get to the montage where they've CGI'd him into famous? Oh God, you didn't get there, did you?
Couldn't even get to the montage.
Oh, Christopher, I'm so sorry. That's the real problem here.
I can't even get to the montage.
It's okay, Christopher Walken.
That is scum. I can't even fucking do it.
Okay. Christopher Walken, I appreciate this is a very troubling time for you, but I can safely say I have no idea what.
Oh my God! Why did I have to
Oh my God,
Why did I have to
Christopher,
shit my
calm down.
pants?
Calm down, Christopher. Just take a breath in, deep breath.
If I'd only just, I don't know, maybe go to the fucking toilet before I watch the film.
Take a breath, mate. You're working yourself up.
This is the worst. This is the worst part, Nick.
Oh, there's something worse than what you've already said.
Oh, he was Tom, my buddy old pal Tom. He's been sending me messages. He's been sending me WhatsApps,
Okay.
and Facebook messages.
Okay.
I don't even have the dignity to reply to them.
Oh,
and also,
it's-
he's supposed. I'd organized a meal with him this week. I
So-
don't think I can go, man.
Look,
what do
so
I say, man?
is your fear that that going to this meal with Tom Hanks, seeing him in person is gonna bring on such a devilish squirt of shit that you is that what you're getting at here?
Kind of it, to be honest. It's
Oh, mate.
pretty much it.
Well, Christopher, I don't know if you've thought about this, but just wear a nappy.
Holy
Yeah, man.
shit.
Just wear a nappy, man. That's what they're for.
The fact that I hadn't even thought of a nappy.
Mate, that's what we're here for. And also, you can
my
get adult
God,
nappies. Yeah.
I didn't even know that a nappy would do that.
I mean, you didn't know that a nappy would stop. You didn't know that?
No, to be honest, Nick, somebody in my sort of status, I don't really deal with nappies.
Yeah, that's true. I can.
Education growing up.
I could
I
definitely see
thought a nappy
that.
was a biscuit.
You thought a nappy was a. You thought a nappy was a biscuit.
Right up until now,
Okay.
Walken, thought a nappy was a biscuit.
Christopher Walken, I don't want to be, slamming any famous celebrities on here, but I think the fact that you thought a nappy was a biscuit is maybe the biggest problem here.
No, look, that's all something you can learn. That doesn't stick with you for life. After I found out that a nappy isn't a biscuit, I move on with my life. But after you shit yourself,
You can't. It does stick with you,
and then you
yeah.
have to go and have a meal with your best buddy Tom Hanks. How do you even live with that?
Look, mate, I'm gonna have to say, just wear a nappy, go for the
Okay.
meal.
But my friend Nick, have you got any recommendations for
Look,
what kind of nappy to wear?
Huggies.
Huggies,
I don't know.
Ow.
Adult tenor for men.
Jennifer, all these brands.
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't know existed.
Look, Christopher, before we let you go and finish doing whatever you're
Okay.
doing this evening, I'd just like to say that, try out a few different nappies, go into a supermarket and have a look around and just see what grabs your attention. They want to be snug. You want something that's not too tight. You want something that's going to, not too tight, but will keep that hot chili con carne inside.
That was it. That is exactly what my poo felt like.
Yeah, so has that helped?
You think it'll help?
Has that helped, Mr. Walken?
You think it'll help?
What?
You think it'll help?
Do I think it will help?
You think it'll help me?
That's why I said it, mate. Mr. Walken, are you there?
Walking? Sorry, Nick. I
I don't.
think he's gone.
Has he gone?
I'll just check. Let me just check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting word that we've lost the line.
Oh, that was strange.
We've lost the line. Yeah.
Bit of
Seem-
an odd one.
Seems to be very agitated today.
At the end there, he seemed happy.
He did seem happy, didn't he?
He did. Wow, that was really
moving.
something.
Moving stuff.
Really moving stuff. Well, that was this week's Celebrity Call-In.
It's time for the celebrity calling. Celebrity calling.
And just like that, my ladies and gentlemen.
My ladies and gentlemen. No one's
Wow.
ever said that.
I don't think anyone's ever stumbled through the line, ladies and gentlemen, like I just did.
I don't
but-
think it's a hard line to stumble through, mate, and I think you fucked up royally.
Look, mate, all this mystery, all this unsolved
All-
mystery. is
all
stuck
of
in
these
my head.
booky tales.
Can't deal with it. But anyway, look, that's the end of the episode. End of episode number bloody 5
Wow.
of All Fart No Poop. It's been a good one. It's been a fun one. I hope everyone has learned. I don't know. Maybe just learn,
Something.
don't walk off in the middle of the night when you're drunk.
Don't,
Leave weird
don't-
voicemails to your girlfriend.
Yeah, if you're gonna get drunk, don't do anything that this guy did. Apparently,
Absolutely. And for the love of God, wear a nappy.
Wear a nappy.
Wear a nappy.
Don't even think about not wearing a
Don't
nappy.
even think about it. But look,
Right?
it's come to that time of the show where we do a little bit of housekeeping, Nick. I think
Cheeky bit of housekeeping,
cheeky
yeah.
bit of housekeeping. So
I like that.
So look, Nick, tell our lovely listeners where they can find us on. Let's go social first. Why
Look,
not?
socials, if you want to find us on any of the above, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Wow.
It's at AFNP pod.
That's right.
AFNP Pod, and we're on all of the good shit. Give us a like, drop us a follow, leave some comments. It's great fun. We're also on YouTube as well. YouTube is the home of the video recordings of this podcast. So there's clips on there, and there's full episodes.
Yeah, absolutely. So just search All Fart No Poop on YouTube if you're interested in listening to this.
Definitely do that.
But above all of those, look, you're listening to this because it's a gosh darn podcast. You're listening to this on something, I assume. You're not just imagining it.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not.
Yeah, I certainly hope not.
Otherwise, you can do better.
Otherwise, that would be an unsolved mystery. Well, actually, no, it'd be very much a solved mystery.
It would be.
You're a bloody wacko, mate.
Yeah.
You're a bloody wacko. But listen, look, whatever you're listening on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, although we don't like to talk about that one because you shouldn't really be listening on that one. Just use a different platform is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you use Spotify.
Look, wherever you're on, make sure you're followed and subscribed so you get all the latest episodes into your phone, I guess. On whatever,
straight into your bloodstream.
On whatever streaming device or streaming platform you like. If you're an Apple Podcast, would love a review. Doesn't matter what star rating, although, let's be honest, anything lower than 5...
I'm going to cry.
It's gonna hurt.
If it's under 5, I'm never speaking to you again.
That's actually been my life motto.
Yeah.
For many different things.
What?
I'm sorry,
Stuart, do we need to take you to the police station?
They won't help.
Oh.
Anyway, look, leave a review, leave a rating. Would love it. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following everywhere. With that done and said, we need to get the fuck out of here, Nick.
We need to get out of here.
No, Nick, I don't think you understand, Nick. It's coming. We need to get out of
God.
here. Pack up everything. Grab a bag. Grab that,
open the door.
Shirt.
Open the door. Get you.
Yeah. Have you got a suitcase?
I've got my backpack packed.
Right, get the fuck out of here. We need to...